to have you here and welcome you to the University Ana G. Mendez in South Florida campus. My name is Mindy Figueroa. I'm the president and founder of Latin to Latin Marketing. We are the advertising and marketing agency for the 5 campuses of Ana G. Mendez University in the States. It is a pleasure for me to introduce you to someone very special that literally took a plane from Puerto Rico to come here and welcome all of you. Before I bring President Jose Mendez, I'd like to read a small bio and introduce about his career with the university system, both in Puerto Rico and here in the United States. Jose Mendez started his professional life as executive assistant to the general manager of Sistema TV Canal 40 in 1984, a PBS station member institution of the Ana G. Mendez University system. He later occupied various positions at the station, such as an associate director of programming, programming director, administration director, and vice president and general manager until 1998. He left ACMUS for a couple of years and became general manager for Marina del Mar, Puerto Rico, returning to ACMUS in 2002 as director and later associate vice president of corporate and international affairs. In 2009, he became executive vice president, whose responsibilities include the administration and public function of the ACMUS institutions, to coordinate with the ACMUS chancellors and vice presidents, the evaluation, planning, expansion, and development of the ACMUS University Centers. The last year, I have had the pleasure of working with President Mendez. I was honored to be invited to be part of the family of Ana G. Mendez University, to bring his vision and mission about bringing a dual language program and take it to the next level. They have been here in the United States, in Florida, headquartered in Florida for the past 15 years. What people do not, what people don't know, and I may add this outside of the bio, is that he's a third-generation heir to the family legacy established by his grandmother, Dr. Ana G. Mendez, about 60 years ago, where she had the vision to give education to armed Puerto Ricans with education so that they could prosper in life. I have worked hand in hand and very closely with his team, and President Mendez, I'm just in awe of your leadership and everything you have been doing so far. I know we have a long way to go, but I am very honored of everything we have accomplished in just less than a year. President Mendez, thank you for allowing us to be here and for your friendship, and please join us in the podium.
Thank you, too much to make kind words from your part, but thank you. Good morning to all. Thank you for the honor of allowing us to receive Florida's Governor, Honorable Rick Scott, here in our institution. Everyone here is aware of the recovery process that Puerto Rico is living after the scourge of Hurricane Maria. There is still a lot of work to be done, yet we are sure that the collaboration of the different sectors, the path to full recovery will be easier. The government of Florida, together with its citizens and members from the different sectors, reacted to our needs quickly and accurately, and we appreciate that. What we never imagined is that this situation would force so many families to migrate to the continental U.S. Today, we must express our appreciation for all the initiatives put in place to address the needs of more than 300,000 Puerto Ricans who have arrived in Florida since last October. The State Emergency Response Team worked closely with Puerto Rican officials to help identify, prioritize, and put in place emergency management assistance compact missions, allowing for the rightful resources and personnel from the continental U.S. to be appropriately leveraged in support of the response effort. Also, the Department of Economic Opportunity and the local CareerSource boards have deployed staff to meet evacuees at the multi-agency resources assistance centers open in Miami and in Orlando. Staff is on site to provide information about resources available to evacuees in Florida. As of today, assistance has been provided to more than 44,187 individuals. Additionally, CareerSource centers are offering reemployment and job placement assistance to Puerto Rico evacuees. More than 35,000 individuals have visited the multi-agency resources centers located at the Orlando and Miami International airports. We recognize these, as well as all of Governor Scott's efforts to establish a public policy focused on the economic development of the state. The Ana G. Mendez University System feels honored to be part of this collaborative alliance. I appreciate Governor Scott and all those who make it possible to fulfill his public policy of helping our people on the island. But essentially, I would like to thank him for all the initiatives created for the thousands of families who have decided to convert Florida into their new home. Our Learning Start centers in Florida, through the system's dual language immersion program, are the ideal place for the Hispanic community to acquire the necessary skills for the challenges of today's professionals. Our commitment is to continue with our inclusion work plans. The transformation of the economy and the growth of the labor force are only achieved by joining the efforts from the different industry sectors. Ana G. Mendez University System has been and will remain committed to the empowerment and improvement of our community through educational opportunities. You can count with our support in keeping Florida working. Good morning and have a great day. Now it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce you, Honorable Governor Rick Scott.
First, I want to thank everybody for being here. We live in a wonderful state. We live in a state that people they want to help other people. We all got to watch the disaster of what happened to our state with Irma. And then immediately after that, we saw how Puerto Rico was hit by Irma. Then right after that, we saw the devastation of Maria. And I can tell you, many people in this room and many people across the state have just stepped up and done everything they can to both welcome people that have come here and do everything they can to get food and water and generators and whatever resources they could to Puerto Rico. So this is a state that cares about people. We have about 350,000 people moving here each and every year, and this is a great melting pot. And it's a melting pot because we have people who we know from all over the world, and they love living here. I've had the opportunity to take 3 trips to Puerto Rico. I went there Monday. I got to welcome additional workers from Florida Power and Light. We're coming there to work to get the power back on. We got to go to some neighborhoods. One thing, if you want to do this fun, and I've had, unfortunately, the opportunity to do this after hurricanes, go to a neighborhood that didn't have their power and watch what happens when they get their power back on.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty happy. So they had music and they were so excited, and I didn't know this until I went over there, but there's a whole bunch of videos of what people are putting out when their power gets back on. So, but it was just everybody was happy that their power got on. We had the opportunity to meet with the Archbishop and some priests there to talk about things that we could. What I've told them, and we reached out to mayors, everybody, and said, tell me what issues that Puerto Ricans that have come to Florida have, and we'll see what we can do to be helpful. And then also tell us what issues you have, and we'll see what we can do at the state level to help organize, because there's a lot of people continuing to try to work hard to try to get people their power back. I had the opportunity to meet with Governor Rosa. He came with me when we got to see the power turn back on, and everybody was very happy. I got to meet with the Speaker of the House and the Senate President, and they're very committed to rebuilding the island of Puerto Rico and their economy. We're the only state that signed a host agreement with FEMA and Puerto Rico to try to help all the evacuees. We have almost 400,000 individuals that have come from Puerto Rico to Florida now. Our relief centers that we've opened up, we've seen almost 40,000 people, and what's great is it's state, federal, local efforts. It's not-for-profits, it's charities, it's people that need workers. It's everybody that's showing up to be helpful, and so it's really been nice. What's CareerSource? We invested another $1 million that we gave to 12 of our development boards around the state to help them do even more work to help Puerto Ricans that have come here get jobs. They've had the opportunity to help over 8,000 people with services to try to help them get jobs. What's great about our state right now is we have over 250,000 job openings in our state. And so anybody that comes here, I know everybody in Puerto Rico would like everybody to go back, but if you're going to come here, we're going to welcome you, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure you get a job. We're going to make sure your kids get a good education. We have over 12,000 Puerto Rican students now in our K-12 system. We are going to do everything we can to take care of each one of these families. I want to thank the Mendez University for the scholarships. They provided over 50 scholarships to displaced students, and thank you for what you do each and every day. What I'm proud to announce today is there's a new partnership between CareerSource of South Florida, the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce, and Mendez University. It's going to help these families relocating to Florida from Puerto Rico to find jobs. It's the most important thing we do. You know, I got asked this in a press gaggle right after Maria hit, and I started about why we're doing this, and I just started thinking about my mom. You know, I grew up in a family that my parents struggled for work, and there were 5 kids, and if she had to evacuate, how difficult her life would have been. And just think about all these families with very little money often that are coming here, maybe not knowing anybody, maybe, thank God they have a family or a friend that's allowing them to stay there for a while. So we got to do everything we can to be helpful to them. But I want to thank everybody for working on help get jobs. We're going to raise awareness that we have many Puerto Ricans looking for jobs. Thank goodness we have job openings in our state. This partnership includes training, grant opportunities, and outreach efforts. So it's, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank CareerSource for what they're doing. I want to thank the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce for what they're doing. I want to thank everybody at Mendez University for what they're doing. Every family has different needs. And so what we have to do, part of it might be jobs, part of it might be education, part of it might be food, part of it might be shelter. We've got to continue to think about what we can do for each and every family, because every family is important. Now, it's my distinct opportunity to introduce somebody that I've had the opportunity to work with. CareerSource helps generally on an annual basis between 400,000 and 500,000 people get a job every year in this state. They work hard. They're very accountable. We know exactly how many jobs they help people get each and every day. All of our CareerSource boards are ranked. They know their job is to help people get jobs. Michelle Dinner, the president and CEO, has done an outstanding job. So Michelle, if you'll come up.
Thank you. Good morning. I am so excited to be here. CareerSource Florida is the statewide workforce policy and investment board, and we get to work with 24 local workforce development boards across the state. They operate over 100 career centers that help people get jobs every day, and that's what our network is focused on every day, is connecting job seekers to employers. And with those services, we have helped and pledged to continue to help over 8,000 Puerto Ricans coming to Florida looking for jobs with assistance. We want to help those new Floridians rebuild their lives, and oftentimes a job is that very first step towards that help. And with the governor's leadership, we did invest $1 million to 12 local workforce development boards to assist in job counseling services, holding additional specific hiring events, outreach to create awareness of the services provided by the CareerSource Florida Network, extending hours at our career centers, really doing everything we can to make sure that those who are seeking employment assistance have it through the CareerSource Florida Network. CareerSource Florida Network is a resource for all Floridians looking for a job, and we're here to help make those connections for Puerto Ricans coming to Florida. So I have the best job. I get to work with a dedicated network of workforce development professionals who help people every day. They work tirelessly to help any individual who needs employment assistance. And one of those individuals whose commitment is strong, not only to his community, but to job seekers and employers, is Mr. Rick Beasley, the Executive Director of CareerSource South Florida. His innovation, his always searching for new ways to help people find jobs, recognizes him as a leader not just in Florida, but across the country in workforce development. So I'm happy to introduce Rick today.
Good morning to everyone. I first want to thank our governor for his vision to ensure that we provide services to our citizens, not Puerto Ricans, Americans, and to make sure that we have an opportunity. I also want to thank our president, Michelle. Without her leadership, and I would tell you through the hurricane, she was in contact with me on a regular basis to ensure that we're providing services to our community. So I want to thank her and her staff for their leadership, their dedication to us. But now my next partner I want to thank Mr. Rosa. He stepped up, and I want to thank him. Now, if you want to talk about someone committed, I don't think the hurricane was over before we started getting phone calls to see how we can work together. But because of his leadership, we joined forces to ensure that we're able to provide jobs for our citizens, for our new Floridians, to make sure they have an opportunity to grow their families, but more importantly, to grow this community. And so we're thankful. So we want to announce a great partnership that we're going to call it the Puerto Rican Jobs and Employment Initiative. I don't like these names. Work.
Opportunity.
Our main goal is getting people jobs, and that's what we're focused on. So,
I had a slogan you can call "Let's get to work."
I like it. So we're going to take the governor's initiative. Let's get to work initiative. But we want to thank this fantastic university and how we can join forces to ensure that our citizens here have an opportunity. So we want to thank Mendez University, your network, and we want to make sure that we're able to get folks jobs. So I want to thank you all, but I really want to enhance this partnership that we have to get people jobs. And so that's what it is. It's called the Get to Work Initiative by our governor. So I think I'm supposed to announce and introduce my partner in crime. All right? My partner in crime right here, Mr. Rosa. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, Governor. I got some good news for you, Governor. Greg Batista from Batista and Associate. We had a fellow who arrived from Puerto Rico, was an engineer background, he had an engineering degree, and was looking for work. I called Greg and sent him over to me. He hired him on the spot. Okay? It is happening. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support for the appropriations that we submitted through Dynamic CDC to continue working well into 2019 on the Hurricane Maria Puerto Rico relief effort. We need your support there, Governor. You can make it happen. Thank you. Let's get to work. Also, I want to introduce my member of my board. We started the Puerto Rican Chamber in Miami. We're the oldest chamber in the county, in the state, by the way. And Ed Godoy is a founding member of the Puerto Rican Chamber. I told you that we believe in diversity. He was born in Cuba, raised in Puerto Rico. Okay? And he's my brother. He's more Puerto Rican than me because I was raised in New York. To give you an idea. But he's a great man. Okay? And very committed. Of course, my wife, Maribel. And I want to just take this moment. There's so many leaders here that are working together, Governor, along with you, shoulder to shoulder. Women, great women, very prepared women like Mindy here, who represents the university, an outstanding professional, and Natasha as well. But many women here, Elizabeth Rodriguez, many women here are making a difference in terms of getting the word out, doing your work. You know, no compensation, no monetary compensation, just doing it from the heart because we want to help Puerto Ricans help themselves. That's our slogan. Fabio,
and they want to.
And they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, Gabriela, where's Gabriela? Giuseppe, don't. Giselle. All right, from Puerto Rico. And her husband, and he got a job at EMS, and he's got a nursing background. And we do have somebody at Salvador coming to the county who's going to help her get a job, but I've already introduced her to David. David, right. Done already. Done. We're going to get her a job. She's got a nursing degree and also certified by the state of Florida, and she needs help to help herself to become a contributing member of the community. So we're doing it.
They've got a little girl, right?
Yeah. Nobody's coming for a handout. We want a hand up.
Yes.
And we want to make it happen because we believe in the American dream. At the end of the day, we're all American citizens. And we thank you for your leadership, Governor, really from the bottom of my heart. We have a lot of leaders that we're going to introduce later on. And hopefully, we have the workshop is at 12 o'clock. Yes. Please don't leave.
Yes.
It's going to be dynamic. With FEMA is here. We got people from the county, from the emergency services here. We have the CareerSource folks are going to be here. So we're going to have a discussion. that not only that we can take care of our friends from Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, but what about when the next storm comes? And it's coming, Governor. It's going to happen. How do we prepare ourselves as a community and to be able to work together as a team, regardless of where you're from? Because today's Puerto Rico, tomorrow could be Miami, or it could be Fort Lauderdale, or even Tallahassee. Yes. And we know there are a lot of storms in Tallahassee, but that goes without saying. But I'll end with this. You know, I am blessed to represent the Puerto Rican Chamber. I've been given this opportunity, and I do it from the bottom of my heart. Again, I didn't grow up in Puerto Rico. I mean, my father retired there, and I have family there. My wife has an extensive family there, but I've always been Puerto Rican at heart. And the next generation of Puerto Ricans are here going to be the same way. Just like the Cubans, you know, here, they're still Cuban. They're Americans, but they're still Cuban. I've never seen Cuba. So, but I'm really proud to have had this opportunity for the last 25 years to be able to say that, you know, one person at a time, we make a difference in helping people help themselves. That's what this is about. That's what that appropriation is about also, Governor. If I can put that in there as well. But I want to now, I'm sorry?
No pressure.
No pressure. Every time I see this, are you okay? So my appropriations, Louis, call CK, that rhymes. Anyway, I want to take this opportunity now to present it. Governor, if you can join me along with our good friend who's going to take the podium now, our Puerto Rican actor, Puerto Rican activist, doing a great job out there for our community. That when we called upon him with that family from Fort Lauderdale, Jennifer Garcia, and we said, we need help there. She's here. She's the governor. We helped her. You're the governor helper. You made a difference. We're guys from Puerto Rico with a sick job, and we were able to put all our forces together, Governor, private and public, and with your support, the Department of Health, we were able to help her, and these gentlemen went out and got some private money to pay for the rent, you know. Right. So we all kind of worked together as a team, and with your leadership, of course, you know, you made it happen, really. So we're happy to see them here. So we have folks that are here from Puerto Rico. Osvaldo Rios has been with us for many years. Most folks know him as an actor, but he's also a community activist. And now he's going to say a few words, and we're going to extend an award to someone special in this room. And Governor, we want you to join with us on that.
Good morning, everyone here. As the Spanish spokesperson of the Puerto Rican and Florida Chamber here, I'm going to say a few words in Spanish, please. Buenos días a todos. Antes que nada, ¿verdad? Bienvenidos a todos también que hablamos español acá. Governor, I know you know Spanish very well, so I'm going to be very short. Desde el primer día que solicitamos ayuda, a nombre de toda la diáspora y a nombre de todos los puertorriqueños y hermanos latinoamericanos que solicitamos la ayuda para Puerto Rico. De los primeros centros, si no el primero, que se dio la tarea de aceptar el reto de recibir ayuda y convocar a la ciudadanía latina acá en el sur de la Florida, fue el Sistema Educativo Ana G. Mendez. Para mí es un orgullo en la mañana de hoy entregar este reconocimiento a un gran amigo, más que un amigo, un hermano, un gran ser humano puertorriqueño, al señor José Francisco Pepo Mendez, en reconocimiento de la Cámara de Comercio de Puerto Rico en Florida por la extraordinaria labor que el Sistema Educativo Ana G. Mendez realizó y sigue realizando por nuestros hermanos puertorriqueños, no solamente en la isla de Puerto Rico, sino también los que están llegando acá al estado de la Florida. Y dice así, rápidamente: The Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce of South Florida is pleased to recognize and honor José Francisco Mendez, President of Ana G. Mendez University System. Dr. Mendez has, during 4 decades of leadership, expanded educational opportunities for young people in Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, and the mainland USA through the growth of the Ana G. Mendez University System. Entregado hoy en Miami, Florida, febrero 7 del 2018.
This was very unexpected.
You know how Puerto Ricans
well
are.
deserved.
Yeah,
Very well deserved.
As I was telling Governor Scott when I welcomed him, this institution was founded by my grandmother in 1949. She started with 19 students, and her idea was to start a community college in Puerto Rico for those people that were returning from the Second World War, and they didn't have the opportunity to study in Puerto Rico because of different circumstances. So her idea since the beginning was to help Puerto Ricans, help become better professionals, get jobs, and provide for the families. So after that, my father was president since 1974 until up 2 years ago. My father retired and is living in Orlando, by the way.
Does he need a job?
He calls me almost every 2 or 3 days to keep me posted. So we have transformed in Puerto Rico with 3 main institutions, 14 off-site campuses, an enrollment of over 38,000 students. And 15 years ago, my father had this vision that he wanted to help, at the beginning, Puerto Ricans keep growing, keep studying. So we opened our first branch campus in Orlando 15 years ago. After that, we opened in Miramar, where we just moved here maybe a semester ago. Hopefully, we're inaugurating this facility officially in 3 weeks. We have a campus in Tampa. We have a campus in Maryland, Washington, and we have a campus in Dallas. So we have almost 4,000 students in our 5 branch campuses in the States. Once again, the idea has to transform more into not only help Puerto Ricans. My dad taught me something very important. Once I get into an airplane and leave Puerto Rico, I'm not a Puerto Rican, I'm a Hispanic. And the Hispanic community is a big and powerful community in the United States. So once again, I know, Governor, you have other things to do. Thank you very much, and I'm very humbled to receive this. Thank you.
Just a minute, Governor. I want to say thank you to you and all your people for the help you gave to the Mojica family here. Jennifer, Luis, Mojica, please come here, please. They are so grateful to you, and right now they are able to have housing right now thanks to you and your people.
All right, we're starting
We're
over
gonna take
here.
a picture.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. We have a couple this way.
Yes.
And a couple more over here.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Then I'm going to ask the 2 families that are here present to also join us for the
Perfect,
picture.
gentlemen. Thank you.
Do you want to bring up the family?
Yes,
Sure,
I'm
sure.
going to
Yes, please.
Sí.